Let's see if we can get it to go now. Got it. Okay. Here we are. I think we're now on YouTube. I just said a whole thing for a minute talking, thinking we were on YouTube. Hello, everyone. I'm Madam Pamita, and this is my friend Yvonne. Uh, Let me turn. Yes. Okay. All right. Sorry. The sound always is up and it confuses me. Hello, everyone. We are here for Tarot for Kindness. I'm Madam Pamita. This is my friend Yvonne, who is in Kiev. I'm in California, in Los Angeles. He's in Kiev. We do this every Wednesday night. We're doing Tarot for Kindness. We're raising money. Then every donation that you send, every dollar of every donation, including the fees that I pay. I always just, round it up and pay for the fees myself. We donate to buy groceries for seniors in Ukraine, seniors in Kiev and Zaporizhia that are really struggling, of course, financially, and also suffering under invasion and attacks and bombings and all these things that are going on. But here we are. Hello, Yvonne. Do you want to share with us what has been going on this week in Kiev and tell a little bit about your granny work while
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. I'm your bird of future today because we are living in Thursday at the moment. Yeah, and you're late, but I will take you and drag into tomorrow. So I'm happy to report a couple of things. First of all, we have more or less quiet nights. We have air siren every night, but the quantity of air targets is minor. Mostly we have drones, no cruise missiles, and they avoid Kiev and go to the west, which is worse to the west, of course, but it's better to our city. So we have some opportunity to sleep, which I do every night with a great pleasure. Yeah, and the second one is that we slowly move our situation from the dead point. So I am quite optimistic now because we have good results, and most of all, this is because of our Thursday activity. I have some new friends. I had conversations with some of you guys already independently. So those who had these conversations with me know what I'm talking about. We're going good, and this is the first time during a couple of months that I feel very optimistic, and soon we will be adding some new grannies into our list, because we have already decreased the intervals almost to the normal. So everything is going good, and I'm very happy that this event was invented by Madam Pamita, and I'm very happy to participate as usual.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah. You being here is just such a amazing thing. And I think it gives people this, this is totally grassroots. I am just one person. Yvonne's just one person, though he has a small team that help him. But this is not like some big organization. Oh, I'm not by myself. Yes, I have me and my cats. So, but together, this is like the power of one person to make change. He has over 200. You have 200 or more than 200?
Not over, close to
200 that he's buying groceries for each month. This is the goal. When he talks about the intervals, you may not know what he's talking about. His goal is to bring 2 weeks of groceries, 2 weeks worth of groceries to these seniors in Kiev and Zaporizhia, to bring them 2 weeks worth of groceries so that they can not have to choose between heat or medicine and food, that they have some relief and they know at least they have food. And so this each donation is approximately $40 will buy the 2 weeks of good basic groceries, sometimes a little treat, or something like that. But these are the survival of these seniors, some of whom are bedridden or handicapped in some way, disabled in some way, and can't necessarily get out to get food, or even, of course, not able to work. And there are people who have worked so hard in their life. The stories that we hear about their histories are fascinating to me, because we get to know what they were doing when they were younger. And, it's amazing.
Before you show the photo, I will make a small announcement as usual. So guys to who Madam Pamita will be reading this evening, if you want me to tag you in my graded post, please friend me on Facebook. Not subscribe, only friend, because I will have an opportunity to tag you. I usually make graded posts every day where I try to mention all the people who helped previously. Also, adding me into your friend list on Facebook will help you to get much more information about our activity, because I write reports every day. I describe all our adventures. I introduce all the new persons. I describe the situation in general. There are a lot of photos and videos here. So it's very interesting, and sometimes it's very inspiring. Yeah, so friend me on Facebook, and those people who also will get tarot reading this morning and who are already my friends, please write me in Messenger that it was you, because it's very hard to determine you only by the name. Because Madam Pamita is reading, for example, okay, Angela wants a tarot reading. I don't know what Angela, what exactly Angela it is. Maybe she's among my friends, maybe not. So please write me. Please make my life easier. I just want to thank everyone and to appreciate your efforts in this way. And now,
Yes. Yes. We already have 2 people that have signed up for readings.
Excellent.
So we can have that. We can even get started with that. So do you want to I'll do a couple of readings. These might be East Coast people who want to go to bed. So
okay, sure,
I can do a couple of readings, and then we can talk about the granny of the week, the granny and grandpa of the week. They're super cute. They're very cute. So let's do some readings. So who I have to say, you guys, this is so great. If you keep this information of where you make the donations, you can send me the donation earlier in the day. Like Adrija sent her donation in this afternoon, and I saw it pop up this afternoon. So she was ready to go. So she'll be top of the line. I also see that Ruxandra sent PayPal. So
they both are my friend already.
Wonderful. Oh, wonderful. And you guys, I put Ivan's link to his Facebook while you were talking. I got your link to your Facebook and I put it in the comments. So go, if you have a Facebook account, go friend him. He's also on Instagram. You can friend over there too. And you're Ivan Subotin, 1983.
Facebook is better, of course, because I make my posts on Facebook.
Yeah, there's more regular. I'd say you're more active on Facebook. But if you're Instagram, it's 2 T's, right? In your name. No, 2 B's. No, 2 B's. Oops. I was like, that didn't look right. No, there's going to be somebody. I should look at the Cyrillic. I can read it. And I didn't look at your name. 1983. Okay, there's his. There it is. Okay, so it's all set up. So if you want to follow on Instagram, there's the Instagram. If you want to follow on Facebook, the Facebook is above. Okay. All right. So Ruxandra, I've got your question. You'll be second. Jen, you'll be third. Okay. Oh, doesn't send links in the chat. Huh. Interesting. Maybe I have to put the links. Hold on a second, you guys. Before we get started, I have to do this a little bit of housekeeping here. Let me see if I can put the links. So for Venmo, it's at Parlor of Wonders. And that you could just go onto Venmo and do that. There's at Father of Wonders. Instagram. I'm not Instagram. Too many things I have to memorize. PayPal is madampamita@gmail.com. What's the third way to pay, Love Witch? I can't remember. What's the other? Oh, Zelle? Zelle, right? It's madampamita@gmail too. Okay. But you have to let us know which way you paid so I know where to look, what you guys have been doing. You guys are getting it. And then, so we'll do first we'll do Adrija, then we'll do Roxandra, then we'll do Jen. So let's see. So we've already got, oh, and by the way, you guys, I have to leave at 9 p.m. sharp today because I have to go pick up my friend at the airport, and then I have to go get my kid from college and bring him home for the weekend. I'm going to be out driving until midnight tonight. So, all right. So let me go on to make sure everything all is well with Venmo. Yes. Okay. So Adrija is doing 4 card readings. So that's $40. All right. So question is, the question she had was, do I see someone contacting her based on today's energy? Let's see what we see for today's energy for this contact. All right, I'm going to shuffle my cards. By the way, the card deck that I'm using today, just for you guys so you know, is the Silver Acorn Tarot. This is the deck that I wrote the guidebook for, but it's an absolutely gorgeous deck made by Stephanie Buscema, and it's just gorgeous. I mean, you'll love the cards as you see them come up. They're magical, they're playful, but they're very rich in symbolism. So, and if you can get it from Stephanie Buscema or you can get it from me, we have decks and bags at the shop, sets. All right, let's see what we've got for Adrija. Okay. Here's what I see with this energy of the phone call or the contact that you're wanting. First card that shows up is Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles came up for us before when we were talking about this person when we're doing a private reading. And by the way, you guys, if there's a question that you don't want to ask publicly, you know you can book a session with me privately and we can have a reading that way. So that's always an option. It's always on the table. So Page of Pentacles energy is, I always think of that when we're asking the love question, who's someone who maybe sort of a little immature. Pages represent teenage energy, like a teenager energy, not the most immature, but you know, a little more immature. So when we're talking about immaturity in terms of relationship, oftentimes that means someone who is thinking about themselves, just like a little kid thinks about themselves. They don't think about necessarily other people. They might be a kind person, but a little child's main point is to be thinking about themselves. This is the ego. The ego is very strong in a child and an infant, because if an infant didn't cry, they wouldn't get fed, they wouldn't get their diapers changed. So of course they have to be concerned with their own well-being, and the world revolves around them for the infant. However, in our spiritual journey through life, we're meant to go beyond that self-centered, ego-centered way of living and grow into a more compassionate humanitarian partnership energy. When we go particularly into a relationship, we want to be in a relationship with someone who looks at the two of you as a team, not someone who's thinking about their own needs and you're an afterthought. That doesn't bode well for a long-term relationship. I know Ivan and his wife, Yulia, you guys are a true team, right? I think, and I see you guys are really a team, and you think about what's good for both of you, not just what's good for Ivan, right? So as I look at this,
sometimes when I'm hungry,
the ego comes out. The ego comes out. So, we have a saying in English, hangry. It's like you're angry because you're hungry.
I know this one.
So Page of Pentacles energy tells me that this person is a little self-centered, a little immature, not the most immature, not completely childish, but still in that place in their spiritual journey that they're thinking about themselves first. Second card to show up is Ten of Cups energy. Ten of Cups energy is the happy family. Usually with this card in the traditional Rider-Waite, this shows up with the rainbow with the family. In this deck, it's showing up as like the family legacy of like the ancestors and everyone. And that fire always makes me think of the ancestors as well, like the peach, right? The stove, the old wood stove, and the chata, the peach and the chata. So this is like ancestor work. I think, you know, in this situation, this person is maybe concerned with their family, not thinking about making a family with you or thinking about that, but maybe their family is influencing them some way or pressuring them, maybe pressuring them to settle down and get married. But that is coming from the family, not coming from the page. The page just wants to have fun. But this is somebody that's the family's pressuring. When you ask the question, are they going to call you? Right now, no. 10 of Swords is showing up, which is saying no. From this perspective, they're not going to call you right now. So at this moment right now, their energy is not thinking about you. They're thinking about their family, their family and what their family is pressuring them to do perhaps. But following that 10 of Swords, we do have a Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is about communication. We often see the pages and then the knights in particular delivering a message. Knight of Swords is absolutely about communication because swords is the element of air. And if you think about communication, air is coming out of your mouth when you talk. So while this person right now is not thinking about calling you, not thinking about reaching out to you, they're thinking about themselves, their own fun and all of that, they will reach out to you, but it's going to be a time gap. So that's where things stand out. There's a little bit of a gap in how when they're going to reach out to you. It's not going to be right away because right now they're caught up in their own ego. But there's a little bit more maturity when we see the Knight. And so there may be this awakening that makes them step up and do the communication. So even though it looks pretty bleak at the moment, I do see a communication coming in the coming days. It may be several days before they reach out to you, but that's what I see for that question. So it looks sort of so-so, but it gets better. It's a little so-so now, but it's going to get better. Okay, Adrija, thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, so let's see. All right, so our next one is going to be Ruxandra. And Ruxandra, let's see, I saw you is in PayPal. All right, so I have to get into PayPal. Let me see if I can get into PayPal on my phone. Alrighty. There we go. So Ruxandra has 3-card reading. So they're wanting to know if their love interest has been silent for a week now, and they would like an update on how he's doing and how he's on an update on how he's doing and his feelings toward her, and will she hear from him soon? Same question almost, right? A little bit the same, right? Oh, these guys, their dialing fingers are broken, right? Let's see what's going on. Okay. If you'd like a reading, we're doing Tarot for Kindness. 100% of your donation is going to feed Ukrainian seniors. We're going to meet a couple of those seniors in a minute. Ivan is in Kyiv, and he's the one that helps coordinate the distribution of the groceries to these seniors and tells their stories, gives them a little company, gives them some encouragement. It's just spreading light and love and kindness. It really is Tarot for Kindness. 100% of your donation goes toward that. $10 per card. You can donate on PayPal. You can donate on Venmo. You can donate on Zelle. It's all there for you. And you can look in the comments and find those where to donate. All right. So, Ruxandra, let's see what's going on with this fella of yours. Okay. Ah. Okay. Look at this. All right. 3 cards. First card, we've got another page. Ladies, you need to go out with men, not little boys. That's the answer, right? Page of Swords. This is Page of Swords. Again, Page energy is young energy. It's again, egoic energy, young energy. Page of Swords is the youngest of the young, the newest of the young. So this can be someone who tends to be a little flaky, hot and cold, shifting with the wind because it's energy of air with the Page of Swords. So this is someone who is like hot and cold, going left and right, east and west, north and south, like the wind. They're kind of floating around there. Page of Swords energy could be someone who could be very charming with their words, could be very, in fact, probably that's why you want to hear from him, because he can be very charming, very kind with his words, can really entice you with his words, but it is a very hot and cold energy, or a very, young energy that, it's like, why do we say to, like, if a 15-year-old wants to get married, what do we advise them? We're like, you're not old enough. You don't know what you want yet. You're not developed enough. And when I see pages show up, I almost especially Page of Swords, I almost wonder, do they even have a sense of themselves, or do they even know what they want? Page of Swords, look at the Page of Swords. He's holding the sword, but he's looking behind him. It's like, who holds a sword over here and then looks behind them? This is someone who doesn't know how to use a sword, right? All right. This is someone who is unsure. It can be very, no offense to the Libras out there, but can be very Libra energy. I don't know which way to go. I don't know what I want. I don't know what to do. And so I stand there indecisive. I think Libras know. Every sign has its challenges. And for Libra, being decisive is a big challenge. So when I look at this Page of Swords energy, I see someone who is, distracted. They might have like some kind of ADD, like they are attention deficit. They can't focus. They're looking behind them. So I feel like with him, there's a lot of like an indecisiveness and a lot of and egoic energy, being centered in the ego, and also not really having a clear mind, not really being decisive, indecisive energy. On top of that, I see that we have the Emperor card. The Emperor card can be stubbornness. Someone who has like a little bit of energy. I think we even saw that, Ruxandra, did we see the Emperor card show up last week? I don't know. You'll have to put in the comments. I think about this person. I remember the Emperor coming up, but the Emperor can be stubborn energy, hard energy. I always think of the Emperor being my way or the highway. This is like the CEO of the company who's like, you got to do it my way. They're the boss. So there may be some stubborn energy, and he may not only be confused, but be kind of a little like, I need to be the boss in this relationship. I need to be the boss in my life. And so I think there's this very interesting dynamic with a desire to be in charge, but a confusion at the same time. It's not what I would say is determined energy. It's like, it's confused and looking everywhere and indecisive, but also still rigid. There's a rigidity with the Emperor. The Emperor does say he's not going anywhere. Like that's not what's going on for him. He's not running away or anything like that, but he's indecisive and he's not going anywhere. However, to be stuck in indecision, I don't know if that's an ideal, to be stuck in indecision. There can be that energy. And to see that makes me think that there may be this indecisiveness, unsureness, and yet he's still like, I'm right. This is my way, So that's tough energy to deal with, but he's not going anywhere. That's the good news of the Emperor. He's not leaving. Four of Swords energy is also telling us what's going on. This is a card that's about reflection, looking within. So it is a bit of a hopeful card for our third card. I do see that he's, we know if you, kind of that stereotype, we know that stereotype of like, when a man has a problem, this is very stereotyped and but hear me out. When a man has a problem, he goes into his cave to try and solve the problem. Is that true, Yvonne? When you have a problem, do you try and like figure it out yourself? Right?
Most likely.
Yeah. You go into your cave and you're thinking and trying to solve it. And it maybe you need to shut out the world. So I do think that there's some of this. I'm not seeing him like running around. He's not having like a, he's not partying it up or anything like that. I see more of this going into the cave, and maybe that is the thing of having the reflection to figure out the decision. The decision might not be about you. It might be about something else in his life. It might be about career or some other problem that he's dealing with, but he doesn't want to necessarily share it with you. He's going to go within to keep his own counsel. So I'm just going to pull one extra card. Oh, look, Hermit card again, going within. So just know that this is that time, is that season that he's looking within. He's not reaching out to you. It's not rejection of you. It's just looking within, going within in his cave. Be patient. If you look, I would say, what could be helpful during this time is you taking care of you going out with your friends, going out with people, spending time with people who care about you and love you, so that you get that nurturing, you get that care, you get that while you're not having it from him. That would be good to do. Yeah.
A question. How can an immature air energy of the first card cooperate with the reflection and deep thoughts, deep concerns from the third card?
Well, I think that it goes from like he's indecisive. There's a problem, and he's undecided about it, and he's also stubborn about it. And I think he's going within. So I always say, I mean, like if I were to look at this, I see that there's an improvement. Like this is like, I don't know what to do. And this is like, I'm going to look within and try and find the answers. So I see a kind of step up rather than just be like distracted and all of that, but actually going to, does it mean that he's going to make a decision? Eventually, I guess, but he could be stuck there. I mean, the Hermit card shows up after it. I give that little extra card to see what happens afterwards. So I think there's a real decision-making process that's happening for him. And it may not have anything to do with you, Ruxandra. It may be other things in his life that he's having to decide. But I think it's hopeful in some sense that Hermit has some wisdom, that the Four of Swords is looking in and reflecting. He's not just trying a bunch of different things, or he's not out like partying and living it up or doing like that. There's actually this, he's working on something, So I think that's good. Okay, alrighty. Let me jump over here, see what's going on. Let's see what you said. Yep, Taurus. She says Taurus, which is that stubborn energy. Oh, good. I'm doing the Egyptian queen. Yes, he becomes dead silent. Yeah, that queen candle is wonderful for being magnetic. That Egyptian queen candle is about magnetism, self-love, self-empowerment, feeling good about yourself. So doing that spell is a great spell to do because it's also quite magnetic. When you're confident, right? When you move in a way that is full of love, healthy self-love for yourself and confidence, you move in a way that can be very magnetic and draw people in. When we're desperate and we're like, oh, I've got to have that person, then that can be, can send people away. So it's the confidence that can pull people forward. Wonderful. We just got another, so we've got Jen and then we have Cynthia. Yeah, custody issues and finances. That's a lot. Yeah. I think there's a lot that, he's trying to figure out, and that's where his head is right now. I didn't get a sense that it was about you, the indecision. I think that the going within the cave is figuring out his life, and he doesn't want to ask that. Oh, and then Adrija has another question in Venmo. Okay. All right. So, so let me go to Jen. So Jen said, I sent Venmo. Okay. Let me check yours, Jen. Oops. Let's see. Get back to Venmo. Okay. Let's see. Jen, I'm not seeing Venmo. Did you send it to Parlor of Wonders? With the OUR? Let's see, maybe it's going to show up now. Sometimes I have to refresh it. Oh, there you are. I got it. Never mind. Take it back. Great. Okay. So Jen has a 3-card reading. Let's see. Did you put the question in there or? All right. So Jen, what's your question? Let's see if you put it in here. Should go ahead and put your question in the chat, Jen, and let's see. Oh, guidance on how to support my 21-year-old daughter who is going through a difficult time right now. Wonderful. Thank you so much, you guys. Adrija, Jen, Ruxandra, Cynthia, thank you so much for your donations. We will get to learning about those seniors, I promise. But as long as the money's coming in, I don't want to stop the readings.
Of course. Don't interrupt the line.
Yes, we want to get that. We want to get those groceries to those seniors. I want to thank you guys so much for participating in this. And by the way, if you want a bigger reading, a private reading, you can just go to Parlor of Wonders, look at services, and you can book a reading with me or one of the amazing readers at the Parlor of Wonders. We've got lots of really talented, wonderful people at the Parlor of Wonders. So I encourage you to check it out if you want a more private reading. Okay, so, all right, let's look at this. So how can I support my daughter? Okay. Sweet. Oh, this is sweet. It's very sweet. Okay, first card. 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands. So 3 of Wands is a card. Let's see if you can see. Yeah, I'm going to point it real close. A little detail in the 3 of Wands. You see those little boats? There's a little boat there, little boat there with an Aries sign on it. Little boat there. So this 3 of Wands represents looking like this is like a merchant who's sending their ships to go sail someplace far away, and then the ships are going to come back. So when I think about this aspect of like going through a hard time, when 3 of Wands shows up, it's like you're putting something out there and it's going to come back to you in a good way. Like, let's say, I'm going to put out an example. An actor. I live in Los Angeles. There's a lot of actors here. I have a lot of clients who are actors, some big people and, you know, some that are struggling and trying. And I think about like that process of being an actor is like you're going on auditions all the time. And every time, you know, you don't hear anything. That they don't even call, like you guys probably don't know this, but when you go for an audition, they don't call you and say, oh, we gave the part to someone else. You did a great job. You just either hear from them and you get the part or you hear nothing. So it's always this feeling of like insecurity, like you never get feedback to know like what you did right or what you did wrong or why they made a different decision. And so for our actors here, I'm always the actor clients, I'm always like hearing these stories. But 3 of Wands is about putting something out there. And it's like you send your ships to go sail away and then you don't see the ships anymore. And then you're like, is anything happening? Is anything happening? But then the ships come back, right? And the ships come back with silks and spices and gold and wonderful things, you know? So they're going to come back with good things. So what you want to remind your daughter is that you are, whatever she is aiming for, whatever her dream is, whatever she's putting out there, she's going to put it out there and maybe hear nothing, but that it's going to come back beautifully. So it's almost like saying things are happening behind the scenes, right? Just as like the merchant is like going, okay, I put those ships out there, but when the ships are not visible anymore, does that mean the ships aren't sailing? Of course they're sailing. You just can't see that they're sailing. So this is a real message to like trust that what's happening behind the scenes is bringing you your good outcome. So remind her of that. I think, 21, we might not have the patience or we might not have the experience to know that sometimes things take a minute to produce something. And that if you keep going, keep moving forward, keep putting your ships out there, your ships are going to start to come back in. It's a very positive card, but it's a card of like trusting that things are happening behind the scenes that are going to be wonderful. So whatever the aims are, whatever the goals are, that those things are going to come back in a beautiful way. It's wonderful, you know, just trust the process of it. And it may take some time, but they will come back and they'll be the best. So whether it's like anything, you know, I want to have love in my life and relationship didn't work out. I have to trust that if the Three of Wands comes up, I have to trust that my good relationship is coming. I didn't get into the, you know, I didn't get the job that I wanted, or I didn't get into the college that I wanted. Trust the process, because you are going to have an amazing outcome, but you just have to keep putting your ships out. Keep doing that. That's the important thing to remember. Knight of Pentacles is the second one. Knight of Pentacles is really wonderful as well. Now, this is another card that's a little bit of a slowish card. So it's, I think part of it, it may be the impatience of whatever's being really hard right now, is that she's not seeing the immediate result of something. But the Knight of Pentacles is holding that gold coin in his hand. He's riding on that little wagon. And in the background, there's another little detail. We're getting into all the details of the cards. There's these little furrows, these little rows, like someone's plowed the field, right? You know, in Ukraine, I've been doing research for my next book, and I'm reading all about farming in Ukraine. That's what I've been reading about. But like in the farming process, you plant the seeds in the ground, and then you have to wait for the seeds to sprout. In particular, the rye seed. I'm not a farmer. I grew up in a city. I'm a city girl. You're a city boy. You may know this, I don't know, but I didn't know this, but they plant the rye in the fall. They plant it right before the winter, and it sits in the ground all winter long. And then when the spring comes, it comes up. Did you know that?
Of course, but it
Of
mostly relates to the wheat.
Oh, the wheat. Okay, so I knew
Yeah.
there was a grain, one of the grains. So they plant it in the winter, and then in the springtime it sprouts. So I feel like, again, that there's been seeds planted that are going to produce what she's longing for, what she's wanting, what has been hard for her. She's going to see that. But remembering that the Knight of Pentacles is an earth energy, air energy, the fastest, fire energy, not as fast, a little bit slower, water energy, a little bit slower, and earth energy is slow. But this is like the tortoise and the hare, slow and steady wins the race. You're gonna be like, it's like the tortoise, but it's step by step, but you're gonna get there. And just remind yourself that these plowed fields are going to produce that beautiful result of all that blossoming of the grain, all that blossoming of the flowers, whatever is being planted will grow, and it's just going to take a little time. So I think the patience is like the best lesson of this experience. Last card, Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is a card. It's such an interesting card. So we have a little king here. He's a little carrot king, Morkva. I'm practicing my Ukrainian, Morkva, carrot king. And so he's got these 4 gold coins, and he's holding them down in his hands, both hands hanging on tight under his feet and on his crown. When we see this energy, this is like I'm holding on to what I've got, very much holding very tightly. And I almost feel like this is a little bit like, again, turtle energy. I don't know why turtles keep coming up, but like a turtle pulls its head and its legs in the shell and is like hiding out there because they feel that there is some danger. But where's the danger in this card? There's no danger. So this is someone who is anxious, someone who's pulling in and protective and ready for whatever's going to come, but there's no danger. So you can poke your legs out, you can poke your head out, and you can see that it's all is well. And I think this reminder that even though you're not seeing the results or the things that you're wanting, they're going to come, and to keep going. That's going to be very helpful for her to hear. So just remember that. And for you, Mama, Jen, also remembering, and all of this, your patience with the growth, your patience with the emerging, and the coming out of the shell. Your patience in the process of growing too, it's not going to happen. Whatever's going on is not going to be transformed overnight, but it's going to be step-by-step process is what I'm seeing. Improvement, yes. Excellent energy of success, yes, but it's going to be like the tortoise, like this. So, you know what you need to do to be the helpful mom? Celebrate those little wins. As those little wins come, celebrate the successes, the little successes as you go along. That's good job. Good job, kid. You did another day, right? You did a thing today. That's what you got to say. I hope that's helpful, Jen. All right. Okay, so Cynthia, and then let's see. Cynthia's okay. Adrija did one on Zell, and then we'll do Cynthia. Okay, so Adrija, on Zell. Okay, how many cards and what question did you have? Adrija, let me know. I got to get on there and see. Okay. All right. Got to jump on. Sorry, I got to look at all these different screens. Okay, why am I not seeing it? Okay. Let me see. If you want to tell me more, Adrija, because I'm not seeing it, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen. I'm not seeing it. Hold on. I have to look at different places. For you guys that are out there, hey, you know what I'll do while I'm looking for this? It's a good time for us to look at our granny, and you can talk about the granny because I can do all my stuff in the background while you're doing that. Do you want to do that, Yvonne? Okay, thank you.
Ready as usual.
Your grannies, let's get them up here. Okay, let's get that synced. Where's my picture? All right, we're going to bring it up. All right, well, I'm looking for your money. Cynthia, I haven't forgotten about you. We're going to get this taken care of. I'm going to see. Oh, I bet you I can see it here. Maybe I can look here. All right, hold on. Okay. Hold on. Okay, let's see if I can get the. I'm trying to do too many things at a time. Okay, it's not there. Adrija, do you want to tell me more how many cards and what you paid? It's no worries. I'll find it. I'll figure it out. Just go ahead and put it. Let's see if I can get our granny up here. Come on, sync with iCloud. It says it was synced. Okay, where's my pictures? Oh, I think it's going to be difficult. Is it on your Facebook? Or is that photo on your Facebook, Yvonne?
No, Instagram as usual.
Oh, Instagram. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just get it on your Instagram and put it up. Sorry, I can't. My phone and my computer are not communicating with one another. Okay, we'll pull it up on Instagram and then I'll share my screen. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, it's the video. Is there a photo?
Really? Photo?
I'm seeing the video of the couple. Let's see.
Okay, can you?
Oh, there's that. And then I swiped it. Okay. Sorry for all the technical stuff, you guys. Let's get this photo up here. Hold on just a second. And let me. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, hold on. Let me get. Yes, I've got a lot of technical things to do. All right. Here we go. We're going to share the screen. Yvonne's going to talk about these seniors, and I'm going to find those people who have donated, Cynthia and Adrija. Okay, I think everybody can see now. Yvonne.
Yeah. First of all, Jen, I saw your friend request. I will confirm it. And this granny's name is also Jen, which is Evgenia in Ukrainian. and her husband's name is Vladimir. And these people are our oldest couple. Yevgenia is 94 and Vladimir is 97.
Wow.
This is an amazing age, and they are really my hero because when I see such people on my horizon, I feel myself like I am touching to something very big and significant. You know, I'm thinking about the egregor of the nation, egregor of the mankind, because they are so old, so wise, and still so they spread so much of kind energy around the world. Uh, they are in a terrible situation, terrible. Their only son is dying from cancer right now, last stage, no chances at all. They spent all their pension to on meds for him, just to make him suffer less, not to, we are not talking about staying healthy. And along with this, in this desperate situation, their flat is clean. It's very cozy. They walk in modest but clean clothes. So they pay attention on themselves. They always walk holding their hands, and their their video was so emotional. They still want to make some change to this world, to make it kinder, to make it better. I barely stopped myself when I was sent this video by my colleague. I barely stopped myself from jumping into the car and driving right now into the another district just to hug them. I I really low bow before their bow low before their gratefulness. These are great people, great. And if you are my friend, guys, on Facebook, you can scroll down a little and see the video with them. It was a couple of days ago, something like this. The video is amazing, amazing, and we do amazing things. When we help such a people, I feel myself that I need to be better. I need some improvement because they are really great. And we have already helped them, and we will do this once again in a month. So thank you again for doing what you do. This is very important.
Oh my gosh, such a amazing story. Like, the personal stories are what, when you guys are donating, you're donating to these people across the world, on the other side of the world. We're almost directly across the world, and at least in Los Angeles, we're 10 hours apart, right? And yet we can touch these lives. It's not just a story in the news. It's not just a random person. You're actually making a difference in these people's lives so that they can purchase those medications and not have to make a choice between food and medication, palliative care for their son. Palliative care is the end of life care. So this is, oh my gosh, what a story. What a story. It's heartbreaking, but also you see the compassion, their compassion for their son, your compassion for them, all of it. Unbelievable. Amazing that you're able to do this for them. The stories are so sad sometimes, but you bring a bright spot into their life. Once I think, one of the things that I feel that I've learned in connecting with my friends in Ukraine, connecting with you, Yvonne, is like, I think there's everyone here, in particular, anybody that knows people in Ukraine, we would do anything. We would stand in front of the bullet for you, but we can't do that. It's not possible for us to do that. But if someone's suffering, you cannot maybe lift their suffering. Maybe you can lift it some, but you can't lift these people's suffering that they're losing their son, right? But as they go on that journey, to know that there's somebody walking beside them, that you're not alone. That's what
Yeah,
we
this
can
is a
do.
very supportive thought.
That's what we can do. Like, I think about, when last week when there was all that bombing going on, I couldn't stop the bombs. That's not possible for me to do. But I think that from your experience, to know that there are people on the other side of the world that care, even if you're going through something very hard, very hard,
Yeah, absolutely.
you don't feel
This
alone.
this always cheers me up.
Yeah. It just gives you just to feel supported, to feel seen, for people to know what you're going through. And then, think about that, is that these people know that they're not alone, that somebody cares, that you care, that the people that donated care. It makes it alleviates some of the sadness. It alleviates, maybe it brings some energy to this, so that they feel they can go on, right? Oh my
Probably
gosh.
yes. I cannot explain how hard they feel themselves right now, but they are very grateful every time we visit them, and they are so much grateful. They try to see only kindness in this world.
Which is amazing. With all that you guys are going through, this is amazing. This is why I love what you're doing so much, is because we get to meet these people, we get to know these people, and it's direct. That money that we donate goes 100% to these people, to buy groceries for them, and they get not only the groceries, but the companionship, somebody visiting them, somebody showing you a real person saying, I care. This isn't a check in the mail. This isn't just, standing in a line and getting something. This is one person, or you and the little team you have, making that effort to go and bring them these groceries, talk to them, to let them know they're not alone in a very scary time. Do you know about Mr. Rogers? Do you know who Mr. Rogers is? You probably don't know. He was like a
No,
children's, the Americans all know who I'm talking about. He was like a children's show. He had a children's show back when I was a little child, right? He's since passed on. He's older, of course, is older. But he said he was such a kind man, such a good man and a kind man. And he said, no matter what you're going through, when you're going through something that makes you afraid or scared, look for the helpers, because there are always helpers in this world. And you, Yvonne, are that helper. And all of you guys that are donating and getting readings are the helpers, to let these people who are in fear, worried, dealing with the unimaginable in so many ways, not only losing their son, but in an area where there's bombs going off all the time and air raid sirens going off all the time. And they know that there's a helper out there, that we're thinking of them, that we care about them. It's a little bit of like a little rope that you can hang on to when something is so unimaginable, right?
please look through my post about these people a couple of days ago, maybe 3 days ago. I don't know. Monday, probably. More, maybe Tuesday.
Another post, a different one?
No, I mean, in the future, everyone who wants to do this on Facebook.
If you want to see where your groceries went, where the money went to buy these groceries, look at the posts and you'll see. All right, so Adrija, let's do your reading. I got your message. I don't know where the Venmo is, but I'll reach out to you if I don't find it, because I know how to reach out to you. So let me stop sharing now, and I'll get back to the reading. You have anything else you want to say?
No, I'm
Oh,
finished. I'm
okay.
I'm very touched again.
Yeah, I think.
I had a wet eyes 3 days ago, which is unusual for me. You know, I'm experienced in making my feelings down during this 15 month, but this story.
Yeah.
Okay, let's concentrate on work.
You don't want to think about it too much. I know
No, I
some of
don't
these
want.
stories, but but listen, that you're the thing that makes them positive, that I think that when people see helpers, and that's what we can all be, is helpers. We can be helpers. All right, so let me get back to our thing. All right, so I get off my soapbox, my Mr. Rogers soapbox. Let's do some readings. All right, so, and if you want to find out more about this, you guys, you can go to Tarot for Kindness. I should put that in tarotforkindness.com. It says all the things. And if you're like, where do I find Yvonne? Where do I donate? How can I donate? Yeah, you can go to tarotforkindness.com. That takes you to my website, the page on my website. All right, Adrija, and then we're going to do Cynthia. All right, Adrija, what's the timing? Okay. Let's see that timing for that reach. I see like a little over a week. Okay, so why do I say that? We've got a bunch of challenging cards in the beginning, and then I come up with an 8 of Wands, which is what we want to see, a nice focused movement card, positive card, but we've got some stuff going on right now. First card showing up is the Devil card. Devil card is power struggles. Remember, Adrija. Jen says, Yvonne, you are a light in this world. Thank you for doing this work. I want to share that with you. Thank you so much for that kind word, Jen. See, a kind word can even make someone feel supported. Devil card, Adrija. Power struggles. This is a power struggle issue. This may be somebody like we talked about who's like, they're thinking about exerting their power in some way and not reaching out to you. Could be a power play. It could be something that I'm not going to reach out to you. I'm going to wait, take my own sweet time to reach out because this will give me more power. But the Devil card's very interesting because that power is an illusion. I often see the Devil card can be almost like a seesaw. That ride, at the park, the seesaw where one person is in power and then the other person feels disempowered and then they push back. So it can often lead to like arguments or disagreements and things like that as well. So it's definitely power struggle. Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is, maybe somebody who is, of course, traveling. I mean, there's an element of travel in this card. Can also be this element of like, I think I'm the stud. I think I'm the hot guy, and they might have a little ego going on with that. Knight of Wands can be, the travel issue, maybe when he's traveling back, I know he's on a travel thing right now. When after he travels back, maybe the timing for that. Again, another challenging card, 5 of Pentacles, which is this little turnip and a little carrot out in the snow outside of the barn. They can't get into the barn. So can be a little bit of like distancing or that. So that all is looking like no contact. And then we come up with our last card, which is the 8 of Wands. And 8 of Wands is focused, it's movement, it's positive. So I feel like that there's going to be that movement, that fast action, but it's going to be after over a week. It may be, 8, 9, 10 days from now. And it may be due to the traveling situation, like after the travel is, after they traveled. Good. I'm glad you're taking those baths. The travel is maybe the issue. And when they get back home, when he gets back home again, he'll reach out to you. That's what I see. So the timing of that looks like it's contingent on the travel when he comes back. Okay. That is the cutest five of Love, which says that's the cutest five of pentacles ever. It is. This deck is so good. I love this. I mean, there's so many rich details in this deck. I hate to talk about this deck, but it's so good, right? So good. It's got so many details and it's playful and fun and magical. It's just and it feels good. These cards feel good. That's really important for a reader. They don't stick together like some decks you get and the cards stick together. All right, Cynthia, we haven't forgotten about you. Cynthia's question, let's see. Okay, where are you, Cynthia? Okay, seeking message and direction for dear friend in California with career career blocks, I guess. They finished a residency over 2 years ago as a physician, but hasn't been able to work with many misfortunes. Okay. All right. Yvonne went away. I think you're coming back, Yvonne. You got to plug in your phone or whatever.
Oh,
okay.
I'm sorry.
Are you vaping? Is that what you're doing?
No, I was trying to read the message from Jen simultaneously.
Oh, okay.
I had a black screen during this time.
Yes.
Oh,
all right. So yeah, it went blank. I thought maybe I lost you. Okay, so all right. Cynthia, you also did, you did Venmo. I saw you on Venmo. Okay, great. All right, what's going on? So your message and direction for a friend with career blocks in their career, and they finished their residency but haven't been able to work. Okay. Okay, I got some. Oh, good. Okay, I see some good news here. And I see how to get there. So this is good advice. So, first card that shows up is King of Swords. King of Swords energy is really like being at very intelligent, extremely, it's like a success card. It's like, but it's like a brilliant mind. It's like someone who has a brilliant mind. So, it's interesting because the card that follows this is the Hermit card. So I get the feeling that this is a person who might be so smart, but isn't maybe is a little awkward with like the networking. They don't know how to network. They're having difficulty networking because the Hermit card is like by themselves, right? King of Swords is saying super smart, very capable, has the potential to be very successful, but is like in this retreated place. That Hermit card is the retreater in retreat. So I'm wondering if there's something that, whether in their personality, that they could be networking more and they're not networking, that they could be out there more, that they could be, putting themselves out there in some way, but they are not. Maybe because of the things that they've gone through. Maybe, residencies are tough. And there might be just, it might be a temporary thing. It might not be a part of their personality, but right now they're not networking. And that's the main thing. That's probably what the block is and why they're not having that. What I'm getting to could be like, networking could be as simple as going online and going onto LinkedIn and finding, a recruiter who could help them. So they don't have to network. They could get some help from a recruiter, for example, or reach out to their classmates, when they were in residency, or people that they've met along their journey who could be good help advising them and getting them connected with their hospitals or where they're working, or whatever the specialists, that are working in their area. So I feel like that is probably holding them back in some ways, that they're not putting themselves out there. And it may be, like I said, it may be that they need to do the personal touch. They may need to reach out to people that they've worked with in the past to try and find some leads. Hey, I'm looking for a job. I'm coming up empty-handed. Do you know anything where you're working? right? Could be just a little email that they dropped to their friends or their colleagues who they worked with. They might reach out to the hospital where they did their residency. If they're still living in that area, they could reach out to that hospital and see if there's anything available there. So I feel like that the opportunities are really available, but for some reason, they're being withdrawn in some way, the Hermit card. So the misfortunes may have made them withdrawn. You know, the thing that they're dealing with that have caused them may have made them feel like I can't put myself out there in some way, or I'm trying to regroup, you know, after what I've gone through. So maybe some support or help or encouragement or accountability that you could offer. You know, maybe it's like small baby steps as they go. Cynthia, as your as a friend to this person, you might be their support person. You two could support one another in reaching your goals step by step, right? So you talk maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks. Make a date that you're going to talk every, you know, week, let's say, and have a little support group with just the two of you, where you, Cynthia, get to say, okay, my goals for this week are da 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 da. Pick one little goal. And this person can also pick one little goal toward getting that. It could be sending out emails to people that you've worked with, or signing up with a recruiter, but a little goal to put themselves out there in that networking way a little bit more. Success is not far away. Ace of Swords is showing up, which is a card of victory. It's also a good yes card, you know, like that they can have a job. It's a very positive card, and it's a card of victory. It's got a crown on that sword, you know, so this is really a card that's saying they will get a job. They, you know, if they at this point, there might even be psyching themselves out in some way. I almost get this feeling like, you know, how an athlete, like if there's an athlete who's been having a hard time, and then they almost kind of psych themselves out, like, can I break out of this bad luck streak? And they think about the bad luck, and so then the bad luck keeps happening to them. So I do see like that being broken through, but I think that they need that support from you and that accountability to make those small steps. The Ace of Swords is a very wonderful, victorious card. It's a wonderful card for success, but I think they're so smart, they're capable. It's not that they're not capable, but they're being too withdrawn. They might not have the people skills, and they may, you know, have to take small steps in that way too. This is also a lovely card. You know, one of the meanings of the Temperance card is the healer, because you know, I think of it as the alchemist, but it's also the healer. Temperance card is about healing. The little fox is pouring water from one teacup into another teacup, but they have 1 foot on the land, 1 foot on the water. We saw this one last time. Remember, we were talking about that, the land and the water, the spiritual and the material. You know, this could be like, I don't know if your friend is a spiritual person, but bringing their spirituality. It could be prayer, it could be spells, it could be affirmations. I mean, thinking about some spiritual element to bring into this process could be very good. But what the Temperance card really tells me is that they're a born healer. They're meant to be a healer. They're meant to be doing this work of healing. I mean, they are that temperance angel, or the temperance fox in this case, that is bringing healing into the world. So in terms of their career, I see good things. The only thing I see that is the challenge is the withdrawn energy. The withdrawn energy, that this may almost be like being invisible, you know, not being seen by others. And so I think they need to promote themselves a little more, network a little bit more, get out there a little bit more. And that could be, you know, the difference in all of this. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, Cynthia? I hope you're still here. Oh, that's the abbreviated name. Okay. Sorry, CA is short for California, and I live in California, so I thought it meant California. Oh, okay, Cynthia's yeah, Cynthia says, I want to know more, and I'm going to do a private reading. You know, that's always an option if you want to, you know, really have that talk. I mean, these are super fun, and we have, you know, we can get like a quick check-in and see what's going on with something. But if it's a complicated issue, you might want to have that private reading where we can sit face to face, just one-on-one, and do these readings. And so that's always an option for you guys. Love Witch says, we are the helpers. All right. So Okay, let's see if there's anything I missed. Okay, I'm gonna also, I can't seem to find my Zelle. I don't know why Zelle isn't really working for me, but we'll figure it out. If I'll reach out to you guys if I can't find it, and we'll figure out something. All right, let's see. Oh, you guys, so nice. Let me just read the messages. Megan says hello, everyone. Jen says hello. Adrija says hello, hello. So good to see both of us. It's so good to see you guys in the chat. Sandra says hello, everyone. Yuxandra is here. Angela says peace, love, and prosperity to all. And then let's see, questions in PayPal. Got that. We got you taken care of. Let's see, I got your thing. Okay, just a bunch of me. Okay. Yes. Oh, Benny says hi. Hi, Benny. Let's see if there's anybody else. Wonderful. Cynthia's got her question in. Let's see if there's any other things. All right, you guys. Okay. Let's see. Love Witch says, thank you, Yvonne and Madame Pamita, for all you do. We're a good team, Yvonne. I think we're a good team. I told Yvonne he's my adopted nephew. You're all my adopted nieces and nephews, you guys. That's the secret.
Okay, we all will move to California.
Yeah,
to your,
I
to
got
your
an
house
extra room.
with all the, no, I mean, my family and 200 grannies, of course.
Of course, we got to bring all the grannies with us too. We'll take the grannies to a beach trip. We'll go walk down to the beach. We'll take them in their walkers and their wheelchairs. Or I'm sure there's some of those grannies that are like, you see those Eastern European grandmas are tough. They're tough, right?
They could be, yeah.
Lifting things and working hard. I mean, they're like, they work, especially the ones that work on the farm, right? The country grannies are really, they do everything. Water, bringing the water in, bringing the moving things around. I love those videos they show. All right, so Tarot for Kindness is what we're doing. You guys are amazing. Let's see. Tasha says hello. Okay, so I think we are, do you guys mind if we end a little bit early today? Because I've got to run to the airport. I haven't had dinner. I have a 30-minute drive there, a 30-minute drive back, and then I have a 1-hour drive out to my kid in college and a 1-hour drive. It means I'm driving for 3 hours tonight. So they are so tough, says which I know. So those Eastern European, you guys, you've been through those grannies have been through a lot, right? They've been through a lot and are still going through a lot right now. And so it makes you guys tough, but you've got big hearts too. What can I say? So let's get our total for today. Let's get our total. Let's see, we had Adrija who had $80 with Adrija. I'm going to get our total together. Last week, I didn't get the total. It was 530. Was that what our total was?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, 530. We did amazing last week. We have to do another amazing day. Okay, so I'm going to write it on my hand because I have nowhere else. I have no paper on here.
I can tell you the total amount. Okay. It's 180.
180? Great. Yeah. Wonderful. All right,
so I'll be 80, Alexandra 30, Jen 30, and Cynthia 40.
Okay, great. All right, so I'll be sending Yvonne that money, which means he's going to go grocery shopping today. 180 is
4.5.
4.5 grannies that we fed today. 4.5 grannies that you bought like a couple weeks worth of groceries for, which is so good. We'll be meeting here again on Wednesday next week, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. 5 a.m. Kyiv time.
Yeah.
And we'll be doing readings again. I hope you join us again. You can come anytime. Just come. A lot of people come and just hang out and watch. You'll learn about tarot. You'll get to see me do a reading, which is kind of fun watching live readings. Tell your friends.
Let's have some new persons here.
Yeah.
It's always very interesting.
I just put an announcement in, when we ship out our boxes of candles and all the magical goodies. We put a little flyer in of all the upcoming workshops, and I just made a new one today. It's got the workshops that are coming up, and at the bottom, Tarot for Kindness. So maybe we'll have some more people join us new people join us next Wednesday because they'll see the announcement. It'll be fun to have some new people. Thank you guys so much for all your donations. You guys are the best. Remember what Mr. Rogers says, look for the helpers. You guys are the helpers. Love Witch, you are an amazing helper. Buchanan, you're an amazing helper. Yvonne, you're an amazing helper. We're spreading the love. We're spreading the kindness. We're spreading it halfway across the world in Ukraine where people are really in it. You don't even see, like, I mean, you guys, I have a lot of people that I follow in Ukraine and I get to see more of the news, and some of it is a little scary, you know, as we see, but I know Ukraine will be victorious, and hopefully sooner than later, so that there can be peace and you can get back to rebuilding everything. That's when I'm going to come to Ukraine. You know, I'm going to come to help rebuild.
You don't have any chance to not come.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I will come to the United States and grab you.
Look at
and
this.
get you to Ukraine.
Ukrainian lady arms. I could be on the Olympic team. Come on, man, lifting those weights. All right, you guys, have a great evening. Thank you so much. Thank you. Love Witch says drive safe. You drive safe today, Yvonne, when you do your groceries. I can't wait to see what granny we helped with our money. Next week, we'll meet a new granny and we'll get to see who we helped. Thank you so much, you guys, for your donations. You guys are amazing. I love you guys so much. I'm sending everybody lots of love, lots of peace and quiet in Kyiv. Lots of love to all of you. Thank you. We'll see you here next week. I look forward to seeing you.
Have a peaceful night.
Yes,
That's the most
yes.
important.
And have a peaceful day and a peaceful night to you. I hope you get some rest. Thank you for waking up early and meeting with us here. And please tell Danny and Yulia. Danny's his son, Yulia's his wife, that I said hello. I said privit, and I'm really looking forward to seeing more Danny's music. That's another thing you post on your Facebook.
Yeah.
His son's music, who's 11, and he's like
10.
such a good 10. He's such a good musician, amazing musician. It's very good, like singing, playing piano. I mean, he's really good. He did a song called Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga. Yeah. I said, all right. All right, you guys, have a great evening, everyone. We'll see each other next week. Thanks, Yvonne. You and I will have hopefully we'll have a time for a conversation between them, but if not, I'll see you next week. All right?
Okay.
Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.